I know you did. Oh, we there? Please say yes.
What episode?
Oh my God. I didn't write it. Okay, everybody. It's Friday. It's Festool Live. It's Festool Friday. Welcome. Minnie, write it up there. Chris, get this over here. Episode, Minnie, 75.
Oh, wow. I was off too today.
Is that unbelievable?
It is.
Boy, do we have a special Festool Live plan for you. Let me get rid of my 6-foot stick. Woo! How's everybody doing? Good? Good. We missed you. All right. So, let's introduce the room so we can get going, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. Over here we got Big D. Hey. Okay. Over here, behind the camera, is Chris the Unit Seibert, the main man. Over here we have Min or Minnie. She's our geography expert. Don't forget to tell us where you're from and who you are. Online, we have Brent Shively. He's answering all your questions. And also, he's part of the Build with Brent series on YouTube. You can see it right with us with Festool Live and Festool Shop Talk. God, I'm a good salesperson, eh? All right, okay, so I gotta tell you, we have one camera today because we're testing our all-new software. We just updated it because next week, right at this time, on the main stage in Hartville, Ohio, at Hartville Hardware and Lumber, we will be there doing Festool Live at 12 noon on Friday, November 19th. I've been waiting for this. It's in conjunction with their big Tool Expo. We'll be doing the Festool Live, but we'll also be in the Festool area the entire 2 days, November 19th and 20th. And also on the 20th, we're doing another stage presentation. Please come out and meet the Festool Live team. How did that sound?
Awesome.
And that's an O-high-O, where it's round on both ends and high in the middle. Okay, so, Minnie already wrote Sayla and Judah, how you guys doing? Cool, all right. So here we go. What are we covering? Okay, so way back when, am I still on there? Because I just yanked my cord back here, Big D. Can you still hear me? Okay, I'm notorious for that. All right, we're going to talk about Domino connectors for the DF500 today. Yes, if you've gone back previously, and I couldn't believe what number it is. It was episode number 11. We covered the Domino connectors. And I went and rewatched it. And toward the end, there were a couple of questions. And when I covered those questions, I didn't realize, I don't think I was that clear on them. So what I'm going to do today is I'll be going back to episode 11 and letting you know that I'm not going to cover this part of the connectors, but you can also go back to that episode and rewatch it. Okay, it's the basics of the connectors, but I'm going to center. It sounds funny. I'm going to concentrate on center panel joinery. Okay, but I want to show you why we have an 8x35 domino in there. I'm actually going to do the joint, okay, with the connectors. But I also want you to understand this. Like everything with Festool, it's a system. With the connectors, you can collapse the system of the cabinet, make it smaller, or expand it. Okay, and I'm going to show you how simple that is today. Okay, you can contract it or expand it if you have your basic measurements. So say you have a job site trailer, or you have a shop, or you're out on a job site or somewhere, like maybe even a utility room, and you want to add to your existing cabinet. If you use the Domino connectors, it's wicked easy. Okay, enough saying all of that. Let's get to work. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's go over here really quick. Okay, in episode 11, I showed you how to do this butt joint. I also did a through joint for a center panel. And I go through the process of showing you how to do these connectors, how to drill out the hole, how to put the holders in. And basically, this is it right here. I showed you how to make one of these. Okay, but today I'm going to drill or mortise with the Domino an additional piece or additional mortise here to accept the 8x35. And that's where I think I was confusing in the episode 11. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that mortise. And hey, Minnie, I got a quick question before I go, or before I do it. What is half of 300?
Yesterday was 150.
You're really good at metric. Okay, so let's get my Vaxis going. All right. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I have the connectors in here. And I'm going to give you some tips and tricks that over the course of the year and a half we've been doing Festool Live from that episode 11 that people have asked. And I've done them on Festool Sedge. I've done them here and there with videos, but I want to cover it in this episode. Okay, so you'll see a lot of tips and tricks on the connectors as I do this. So I'm going to put this on here like this. I'm all set. I want to make sure I'm really good on my bracket. Okay, now, there's two numbers when you're doing connectors that you got to remember, 15 and 28. Those are your plunge depths. Almost every mortise I make today will be in a tight scenario. There's one time I'm going to do loose, and you'll understand why when I'm finished today. So today, I'm going to plunge here. I marked a line, and I will always reference from the front edge 150 millimeters. That's half of 300. This is a 300 millimeter wide cabinet. Okay? I'm going to set my plunge depth at 28, and everything works off a 20 millimeter. And I set my gauge block here. And it's kind of a little bit of review with the Domino as well. In the window is always the thickness of the material. And I love using the gauge block because it's a referenced piece. I don't like using my eye. If I use my eye, and okay, so I'll go back to more about the Domino stuff I've taught in Festool Live, is when I'm using the precision of the machine, I usually do them tight. If I'm using my eye, I'll tell you what, I'm usually doing what? Going into the loose setting. You'll see that in a few minutes. So I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to take my plate, put it right on here. And Chris, you can come here and grab this. Right there on the Domino. That's my line. That's my center line. I'm going to do it in tight. And when I do this, I always plunge from the back of the machine. Okay, so there's one. I'm just going to flip it over. And there we go. I could have kept it running. Okay. And I'm going to bring it right in and plunge at a steady rate. That's all when I'm using the Domino. Okay, good. So I'm just going to hang that up here for now. Okay. Now, the other thing I noticed while I was doing this, you'll see, those little screws were dropping out. So I'm going to put those screws in there. These little these little grub screws here, they just go in. And remember, on the Domino, on these little 3 millimeter screws, right? Hexes, look at that. See how that's tapered right there? It's conical. So that brings you in and draws the piece together, or that center panel. So I'm going to put those in. The little vibration of the machine kind of had those eke out on me. So there we go. You can only prepare so much. So that's why I have that. Remember, it's 28. Okay, so I'll cover this in a minute. I was just going to cover something else. Let's go do this. Let's do the center panel so I can show you how to expand this cabinet. In other words, today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this end panel off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a new center panel. So I'll have three compartmentalized pieces. But then I'll throw in another thick shelf, and I'll show you something else that we covered, and I want to make sure you actually see it, or because we're going to do it. Okay, so I have that all set up. Now I'm going to grab this piece. Okay, I've already done one side, so I want to talk through how I'm going to do this. And these are through holes. Okay, because that's a center panel. I don't want to go from one side in and then the other side in. I want to go all the way through. I want to only punch it once with the LR32. So that's why you use the spear point bit, 5 millimeter with the LR32. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to take this pod, because look, that's right in the middle, and I can get better gripping with the Vaxis. So I'm going to take that, I'm going to put this in. Always make sure with the Vaxis you put it in so this doesn't lift out. That little pin gets right in the groove. Okay, so I'll take this like this, and I'm just going to set it on here like this. Whoopsie, I'm going to tilt it just a hair. There we go, so I get a better grip, and then bring it up. So now I'm ready to go. Okay, let me grab my Domino. And for this one, I'm going to plunge all the way through. But yeah, I can leave it set at 28. But what I like to do is set it at 20, so I'm just going through ever so slightly. All right, so I'll take this and I'll reset my plunge depth to 20. I just pull that forward and set it at 20. Okay, but I am going to go through the entire 18 millimeter plywood. Hey, Minnie,
Go.
what's half of 18?
Oh, 9.
Okay, see, you're really good at metric. So I got some stuff written here. All right, I have here 37. I have here plate. I did this in episode 11, but I want to cover it today so you understand. When I say plate, I'm talking about this part right here. And from the edge of the plate, okay, to the center of the bit is, woohoo, 65 millimeter. Okay? I scribed a line in the middle of this. And half of 300, Minnie?
150.
She's really good at this metric stuff. And I'm also got another number here, 37. Guess what? You see the flap right there? From the flap to the center of the bit, and you can see it right here because I'm going to use this reference on the support bracket, is 37 millimeter. So I'm going to take this like this, look. I'm going to take it like this, and look what my pressure is on this. It's right up against here. And when I turn it on, I'm going to pinch it on and make the mortise. Okay? So there's my first through hole. I'm going to come over here and use the edge of the plate. Okay, now come here over here, Chris. For that center line, okay? I'm going to use this center line here, but I'm going to be using my eye. The only thing I care about is shear strength. You'll understand this in a minute. So I'm going to make it loose. And there's a reason I do this. It's for alignment. And that gives me, see, these are tight. This gives me an extra 3 millimeters on each side. So I'm going to take this like this. I'm going to set it up, and I want to show you how I put these in. This is 8 millimeters thick, and I want you to notice this. On here, there's a little flange. Okay, so when I put this in here like this, there's a flange on this side as well. And this was a question that came up after that first Domino connector. I think had we just come out with them? Nah, it had been a year. And people ask all the time about this, and there's a little bit of fix. So I'm going to take it, and I'm going to take it like this. And see these two recesses here? That's where that little conical hex screw grabs and finds its equilibrium in the middle. But these have to turn inside. So I tighten them up, and then I turn them inside. I'll set this one up nice and easy. Okay, so if there's a little flange here, and I'm taking one of these boards and butting it up against there might be a slight standoff, just a slight standoff. So someone emailed me once, and I shot a video of it. And this is what I do. You see these holders right there? They hold the cross anchors in there like this. Okay, and you can take these out because there's a little notch. You can use a pick to take them out when you're finishing your cabinet. But what I like to do, and you'll see as we put this cabinet together, I like to take a domino and just tap them in so slightly so this little standoff falls right inside that mortise. So there's the reason worth watching episode number 75 today. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so this one's all set. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take this, and I'm going to show you why I build like this. Okay, so say you have a cabinet like this inside your truck or whatever, your van, and you will say, okay, I love this. I got adjustable shelves here. I just love it. But man, I want to add another one or another one so you can expand the system. It's simple, and I'll show you how. I'm just going to take it like this, and I'm going to loosen these screws right here. Just like this. Okay. You don't have to take them all the way out. I hope everybody is ready for the weekend. I know I am. You are, men? Okay. Just, Chris, are you getting this in there? Big D, is that coming through? All right. Woo! Take your time. Wait for, there it comes. Okay. So I'm going to take this off. This is my end panel. I'm going to leave this right here. Make sure you remember where I put that, Derek. So, this plywood is 18 millimeter. So many. You told me that it was 9 millimeter, half of 18, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to tell you. I did this mortise in here, 28 millimeter. Okay? If I did it with a regular domino that was an 8x40, it would, in the middle, push the panels away. So we had to come out with a shorter domino. We didn't want you to have to cut all your dominoes down, right? So if I do the math, and I did this, look. If I push this in here like this, I measured from here to here 28 millimeters, and you'll see it go in. See that? Right to the line. Did you catch that? Okay, and I'm going to do it on this one, just like this. Okay. Now, Minnie, what's 7 and 7?
14 and 3.
That was good. All right. So that's how I built this. You see that? So if I take this now, and let me put the center panel in. Okay, let me put this piece in here like this. Okay, and I'm gonna, let's see if I'm doing this right. Nope, I'm not doing it right. I'm gonna get this center panel. See the center panel right here? Oh, duh. Come on, Sedge, get this right. Look, I'm gonna put another domino in there and another domino in here. Okay, because I did these yesterday, 28 and 28, and you'll see it go right to the line. So those dominoes, when they go in, will not meet in the middle. There'll be how much space between there? 4 millimeters. In other words, I'm not really worried about the glue line. I'm worried about the shear strength. So someone said in the initial Festool Live, episode 11, I keep calling it out, what if I have a wider cabinet? Could you put in another connector? Yeah, but it's not necessary. Put in a domino. Okay, that way there you have more shear strength. Okay, so let's see if I got this right. This is the wrong one. I think this is the right one. It is. So I'm going to take it like this. I'm going to line it up like this. I'm going to bring it right in. Practice makes perfect, Sedge. There we go. I think I got it all right in there. Okay, so there's the first one. Then I'm going to take this, edge banding to edge banding. Make sure I've tucked them in. Yep, just like this. Okay, oopsie, I gotta open that up just a hair. Be patient. Be patient when you're putting this together, because sometimes you turn those screws in a little. Oh, you just have to walk away for it to fall in. So I'm just gonna take this and tighten it up now. Making sure that front edge is nice and tight, and you'll see it draw right in. Look at that. Perfect butt joint. This one lines up with your groove that I've already grooved for your back. Okay, and then I'm going to grab another one because I can. And think about this. And when I was doing this yesterday, I said, you know what? This is really cool because people can see how quick you can expand this system. See this? Look. I had this pre-made, and what if you have different components pre-made where you got to expand? Oopsie, always have a pair of channel locks on board to take those out if you put it in the wrong side. Okay, which I did. As usual, always making the mistakes. Did I have it in the right side? I did, as usual. There we go. Whew, never second guess yourself. So I'm going to put this one on. Now, when I put this in, that 7 millimeter will not hit that other 7 millimeter. And I expanded my cabinet so daggone quick, it's ridiculous. So as I do this, you like this, Min?
Yes.
I know you would. Minnie always comes up to me. She goes, well, not every time, but she comes up to me and says, I learned a lot on that one, Sedge. And I'm glad. Oh, that's why I put an extra one in there. Let's see if I can take that out. I don't really need this, because now I'm going to put an end panel on, which I originally had, correct? So let's do this. Let's put this in here. And I'm not going to tighten these screws right away because I want to show you one more application that we talked about, but I really didn't do. See that? That was all cut just right. And I'm going to take this. I'll just tighten a couple of screws, and you'll see how this all comes together. Whew. Once again, loosen those screws. Make sure they drop in. And don't rush. Oh, there it goes. And it's going to hang it up. There's one. There's two. Oh, this one canted a little on me. I don't know why. There we go. Let's just push that in a little. Let me just take this out, and let's see what happened here. Okay, so this kind of got cocked a little. So let me screw that in. There it is. I was going too quick. And I should slow down a little because we got plenty of time. This is Festool Live, baby. So there we go. Okay, so I have that. I'm not going to tighten these screws because I want to show you one more application. I'm going to take it and turn it. And we've taken it from 2-bay to 3-bay just like that. How's that? Good. Hopefully I covered it a little bit better than I did in episode 11, okay, for center panel. Now, I talked about these, okay, to utilize. These are the pins that I showed you, but they go into either a wedge anchor or they go through the through panel. But what if we want to add just one fixed shelf here? Okay, and let me show you a couple of tips and tricks on that I've learned over time. I'm going to take this top off. Now, you can put an adjustable shelf. That's easy. But the nice thing about all this hardware is you can use a CXS or any drill. Okay, see that coarse thread? I'm going to throw it right in there. Oopsie, as long as it's in forward. Okay, just like this. And I'm going to turn it back to make sure that taper is facing down, because I don't want anybody to see on my shelf my connectors. And I'll take another one. And I'll put it right here. Yes, I have them pre-marked because I didn't want to have to count on camera. You know how bad I am at counting, Minnie. Big D, how's this looking? Good? Okay. So I'm going to turn that in. And then I'm going to take this one. And hopefully I don't get too much behind there. I'm going to take 2 more of these. Oopsie. And put them in here. Just like this. Get it in there like this. See that coarse thread? That goes into your existing 32 millimeter spacing holes, your system holes, we call them. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and this is going to go like this. So I need these turned back like this. I'm always going, that's my front, that's my back. So I'm going to set that like this. And now let's talk about the shelf. Here's the shelf we just made, and it's got that groove. But what I did is I wanted to butt up against what? The back. So I ripped that off with my track saw. Okay, I just lined up my rail right on there and ripped it so it's a perfect fit. And now I can take that and get it right in there like this. Look, and I'll tighten that up. Chris, come on over here so you can see this. I'll just tighten it up like this. Perfect. Right back here. Okay, there we go. There we go. And then what I'll do, drum roll please. I'll take this like this. Now here's where you got to be a little bit careful because you got so many things happening. Okay, you got your pins going in here. Okay, all of them. Okay, making sure they're all turned correctly, which I'm double checking. Okay, they're starting to fall in, but you also have the back to get in the groove of this. So when you do this, there you go. There you go. Let's do a couple of tightens, and we'll stand it up here in a minute. Okay, I'll just tighten a couple of these screws. I'll get this one back here. It all pulls together nicely, and you'll see it. I love this system. Everything comes together perfectly flush. If you have to move it a little, you can move it a little to get that front edge. But everybody check this out. We now have, and now you can see how expandable this system is, right? I'm hoping. Now, what if I want to put 2 fixed shelves in here? You can do that. And I showed this in the other one. I just didn't want to go on and on about this. Because this is a through hole, you see how I screwed those in because I just wanted 1? But if I needed 2, you'll see how that threads. And when I push it through here and this goes in here like this, it offsets, and I could put a double shelf in here, fixed shelf if I want. So I could have continued this all the way across. Whew! Wow. Am I doing okay?
Yeah.
Is everybody signing up?
Who are they?
Who's they?
Our friends, family.
They're still writing all kinds? They're still going? Okay. So, that's all, Benny, that's all I had for today. Hey, thank you, everybody. This is, I almost say it, I cannot believe when I went back to look at the episode, I knew this was 75, but man, Big D, does that seem like a long time ago? Yeah. God, we were just getting going. We were 11 weeks into this. It's crazy. And we've been almost a year and 9 months. I'm in. Okay, so, oh, wow. I'm going to say this. Look at this. We have shout outs. You guys are still telling us where you're from. A lot of you guys have told us personally at trade shows your favorite part is this. We love it. So we have shout outs. Make sure I get this, Minnie. Best wishes to Russell Harrison. What's the thing at the end?
His
Son-in-law? Significant other. How you doing, Russell Harrison? Okay, Julian, your 47th. What's that, Minnie? 47th?
Okay. Fahrenheit.
Oh, it's 47 degrees Fahrenheit in Lucerne, Switzerland, plus 8 centigrade
You remember?
Celsius. Tim van der Malden
I love him.
from Geneva. Hi, Ann. Okay, pull it around, Minnie. I want to see where everybody's from. Don't forget, next week we're in Ohio. Hattville Hardware. Be there. We are so excited. Oh, my God. We have Patrick from London, England. Des from Harrogate, England. Mike M. from Austin, Texas. Mike, I'm coming to see you in April. Ian Harrison from East Yorkshire. My main man. John Jolly Martin from Knoxville, Tennessee. Yolarvi, Finland. You're always there, Yolarvi. Thank you. Michael from Edmonton. You're always there. Berlin, Germany. Wake Forest, North Carolina. Black Forest, Germany. I think it's Schwarzwald. I'm not sure, but I kind of remember. I've been there. Okay, Malta. Christopher. How you doing? Kurt from Surrey, Wisconsin. Mark S. from Woodcraft, Springfield. You're always there, Mark. Thank you. Bozeman, Montana. God, you guys are always there with us. Thank you. We love you. Estonia. Peter Halley. How the heck are you, Peter? You the main man on the fog. And we love you. From Powhatan, Virginia. Hopefully I said Powhatan right. Okay. Gordon from Edinburgh. Thank you, Gordon. You're always there. Springfield, Oregon. Anastasios from Athens, Greece. Wow. Ukraine. Tupac from the Ukraine. Haverhill, Mass. Fenton, Michigan. SoCal, that's Southern California. Whitestone, New York, you're always there. Toledo, Ohio, you're always there. Missouri. Oh, look who's in Missouri today. Garrett Sato. Hey, I'll be talking to you in a few, Garrett. You're the main man. Garrett's with us next week doing demos with Jamie at Hattville, and he'll be assisting us on Festool Live. Monroe, Louisiana. Queens Creek, Arizona. Tom and Kelly, you're there from Eatonton, Georgia. I was wondering where you were. Serbia, Belgrade. Oh, my goodness. You guys are all over the world. Orlando, Florida. I just found out I'm going to be there in January. Devon, England. Steve from the Isle of Bermuda. Dougsville, Georgia. Say don't spray sedge. Montreal, Canada. Warren from Batavia. Paul from Berkshire. Zanesville, Ohio. You're always there. The Netherlands. You're always there. Whitefish, Montana. Chichester, UK. Italy. You're there. Sopron, Hungary. Ocala, Florida. Hey, Minnie, that's your neck of the woods, isn't it? Bloomington, Indiana, the French Alps. You know, guys, do you think we could do a Festool Live from the French Alps?
Okay.
You're in, men? Okay. Panama City, Florida, Luxembourg, Europe, Georgetown, Texas, Lithuania, Ovis, Lucas from Poland, Santan Valley, Arizona, or Suntan Valley. Santan Valley.
I wrote it so that you would know it was.
Santan Valley. Woo! Wolfgang from Vienna, Austria. Chelsea, QC. What's QC?
Okay. Quebec.
Quebec. Kingsman, Arizona. Slovenia. Jorge from San Antonio, Texas. Buzzards Bay, Massachusetts. Pumpkinville, Australia. How you doing, Australia? What time is it over there? It's tomorrow. Salina, Kansas. Santa Cruz, California. Chris is laughing. Salt Lake City, Utah. Monterey Bay, California. Covino, California. Strongsville, Ohio. Here I come, baby. Campton, New Hampshire. Minnie, you gonna turn that around? Oh my God. Did I forget Sparky?
You did.
Sparky, I'm so sorry I didn't announce Sparky.
He was even standing up.
Man, Sparky, you're so loud. I forgot about you. Oh, my God, Minnie. Glasgow, Scotland. Aberdeen, Scotland. That's a 2-pack from Scotland. Edinburgh, Scotland. 3-pack. New Zealand. Nassau, Bahamas. Wicked. Boise, Idaho. Dundee, Scotland is a 4-pack. Aston, PA. Germany, Poland. Nicole from Italy. How are you? We have Vancouver, BC, baby. Oh, look at this.
Did we remember?
Sierra from Brazil. Dawn from Albuquerque. We know you. Shawsville, Virginia. Downers Grove, Illinois. I was wondering where you were. Thornville, Ohio. Cardiff, Wales. I called out Judah and Sailor already from Plainfield, Indiana. Peter and Deandra from Calgary. No, DeAndre from Calgary and Fishers, Indiana. Thank you so much for calling Minnie and I out this week. It was really nice to meet you, Peter and DeAndre. And I think that's a wrap, huh?
Oh, there was a very important question.
What was that?
Wants to know.
Who?
Sparky will be at Hartford.
No, Sparky ain't going to be at Hatville. We tried to bring as many people as we could, but they limited us. Okay? I just want to mention, we are there for a full 2 days. We just happen to be doing Festool Live on Friday. I'm going to tell you, everybody, that is one heck of a show to go to. Come on out. Have fun. We'll be there. Chris Seibert, our cameraman, will answer all your questions Festool related. Okay. As we always say from this room, thank you so much. We love you. And we'll see you soon. Please stay safe, be positive, stay strong. So thank you so much, everybody. I think this is a wrap, Big D. Chris, a wrap. Minnie, a wrap. Sparky, is it a wrap? Woo! We'll see you later.